Today we're diving into 12 underrated school reincarnation anime you need to binge. Let's blow off with number 12. Wise Man's Grandchild. Kenja no Mago. Okay, let's be real. Wise Man's Grandchild feels like the anime equivalent of a college kid who suddenly remembers he has an essay due at midnight. The story? A dude gets reincarnated, raised by a legendary wizard, and somehow grows into a magical Einstein with cheat-level powers. The fun part? He still acts like he just walked out of a Walmart parking lot. What makes this anime underrated is how shamelessly goofy it is. Yeah, Shin is ridiculously OP, but instead of trying to blend in, he accidentally revolutionizes magic like it's a science project. The school setting is basically how not to get expelled when you're too powerful. Honestly, it's a mix of wholesome romance, dumb villains, and overkill fireballs. Not groundbreaking, but it's fun brain candy that doesn't pretend to be anything else. Landing on number 11, Knights and Magic Reincarnation, but make it mecha. Here we've got a programmer and mecha otaku who dies and wakes up in a world with magical robots. And instead of panicking, he's like, oh, bet, this is Gundam Medieval Edition. This show is criminally underrated because it takes the usual school reincarnation trope and just straps jet engines onto it. Ernesti, the protagonist, is basically Tony Stark if Tony Stark was obsessed with building the perfect waifu mech. The Academy arc? Pure nerd wish fulfillment. He's whipping out custom giant robots while his classmates are still figuring out how not to blow themselves up. The downside? Ernesti's so perfect it almost feels like the anime is his LinkedIn profile. Still, the mix of magic, school camaraderie, and unapologetic mecha battles makes this one an absolute blast for anyone who ever doodled robots in their math notebook. At number 10, Seirei Gensuki, Spirit Chronicles. Ah yes, the anime where reincarnation and revenge take a messy vacation together. Haruto dies in Japan, wakes up as a poor kid named Ryo in another world, and quickly finds out that being OP doesn't mean life gets easier. The school arc is surprisingly dark compared to others. Instead of fun magic lessons, we get bullying, politics, and nobles treating commoners like trash. And Ryo? He's just trying not to commit war crimes every other episode. Honestly, this show deserved more love because it doesn't hold your hand. It mixes reincarnation angst with action, romance, and enough heartbreak to make you question why you started it at midnight. Is it perfect? Nope. The pacing sometimes feels like the studio was speedrunning the manga. But if you're into school arcs with actual stakes and a main character who doesn't just laugh off trauma, this one delivers. Climbing down to number 9. The Eighth Son? Are you kidding me? The title alone sounds like a YouTube clickbait video, and honestly, it kind of is. Our dude wakes up as a kid named Wendelin, the literal 8th son of a broke noble family. Translation, he's basically the middle child who gets nothing but hand-me-downs. The school arc is what makes this series shine. Wendelin uses his reincarnated smarts to climb the social ladder, master magic, and of course show up all the privileged brats. It's like Hogwarts, but if Harry Potter was constantly worried about paying rent and getting disowned. This anime doesn't get enough love because people expected another generic OP fest, but it's really a story about hustling in a magical society. Wendelin isn't just OP, he's strategic, relatable, and honestly just tired of being broke. If you've ever been stuck in group projects carrying everyone else, you'll vibe with this one. At number 8, she professed herself pupil of the wise man. Here's where things get hilariously weird. Imagine logging into your favorite RPG as your badass old man wizard avatar, only to wake up reincarnated in that world as a little girl version of him. Yeah, that's the plot. The school arc? Pure chaos. Our protagonist, now Mira, has to explain why she looks like an adorable loli, but still flexes game-breaking powers. Half the fun is watching her classmates underestimate her before she casually wipes the floor with them like she's speedrunning a raid boss. This anime is underrated because people dismissed it as another generic isekai, but honestly, it's self-aware and doesn't take itself too seriously. Mira is hilarious, the school vibes feel like classic MMORPG guild banter, and the comedy of watching people question her identity never gets old. It's goofy, yes, but that's the charm. Number 7. Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation. Okay, I know what you're thinking, underrated. Mushoku Tensei. Hear me out. It gets hyped now, but back when the light novel dropped, people weren't ready to admit it was redefining the reincarnation genre. The school arc, especially the Renoa Magic Academy, is where the show flexes its character growth. Rudius goes from socially awkward gremlin to someone who actually forms meaningful friendships and learns, how not to be a total creep. The reincarnation element hits hard here because he carries modern knowledge while desperately trying not to repeat past life mistakes. Critics love roasting it for the controversial moments, fair, but you can't deny the insane world building, character depth, and emotional punches. This isn't just reincarnation, it's reincarnation therapy, disguised as an anime about magic and teenage drama. Jumping to number 6. Arifureta from Commonplace to World's Strongest. Ah yes, the anime where the protagonist falls into a hole and comes back looking like he just rage quit Dark Souls. Hajime Nagumo starts as the bullied loser in his class, reincarnated into a fantasy world, and ends up betrayed during a dungeon crawl. School arc? Oh, it starts there, but quickly turns into a survival of the edgiest plot. Hajime's glow-up is so wild it feels like the animators just gave up on his before design. But the real underrated charm here is how unapologetically extra everything is. Guns in a fantasy world? Check. A vampire waifu who calls him Papa in public? Double check. Is it messy? Absolutely. Is it? Oh, without a doubt. This anime is like junk food, not the healthiest, but sometimes you just want the cheesy, overpowered, classmates suck energy. Next we have number 5. My next life as a villainess. All routes lead to doom. Finally, a reincarnation anime where the MC isn't trying to become God, but just desperately avoiding death flags in a dating sim. Katarina Clays is the best kind of chaotic protagonist, dumb, lovable, and armed with farming skills instead of nukes. The school arc is peak comedy. Katarina spends her time building a reverse harem by accident while every character falls in love with her. Watching her fumble through social situations is both relatable and hilarious, like that one kid in class who didn't study but still aced the test because they're weirdly charming. Underrated? Absolutely. While most reincarnation anime flex power levels, this one flexes social survival skills. Katarina is proof that you don't need insane magic to win, you just need snacks, clueless optimism, and the ability to turn every enemy into a bestie. Moving to number 4, didn't I say to make my abilities average in the next life? Mile, the protagonist, specifically asks to be average in her next life, and the universe laughs in her face by giving her powers way above average. Talk about a cosmic scam. The Academy arc is gold because it blends wholesome slice of life with over-the-top comedy. Mile tries so hard to keep a low profile but ends up accidentally inventing magic cheat codes every time. Her classmates constantly shook. The teachers, done with her nonsense. The show deserves more credit because it's not about saving the world. It's about Mile wanting friends and failing hilariously at being normal. The balance of comedy, action, and school hijinks makes this anime a hidden gem. It's basically the group project where one member tries to be chill but accidentally does 99% of the work anyway. Looking at number 3, Reborn to Master the Blade, from Hero King to Extraordinary Squire. This one's wild. Imagine being a legendary king who dies, gets reincarnated, and comes back as a girl who enrolls in a knight academy. Yeah, gender-bending royalty plus reincarnation? Sign me up. The school setting here isn't just background noise. It's the perfect stage for Inglis to flex insane sword skills while classmates are still figuring out which end of the blade is sharp. The reincarnation twist adds layers of comedy because Inglis has all the wisdom of a veteran king, but the social status of a newbie student. It's underrated because people dismiss it as just another gender-bender gimmick. But it's honestly packed with slick fights, character banter, and enough overpowered moments to satisfy your inner power-scaling nerd. Plus, watching a king-turned-schoolgirl roast arrogant nobles? Priceless. At number 2, Classroom for Heroes. This anime asks the question, what if Superman just wanted to chill at school? Blade, the protagonist, is absurdly strong but decides to enroll in a hero academy to live a normal life. Spoiler, it doesn't stay normal. The school setting here is the entire heart of the show. You've got wacky classmates, eccentric teachers, and Blade constantly trying not to expose his true powers. But of course his idea of normal still involves obliterating demons in gym class. Why is it underrated? Because it dropped when other flashy isekai stole the spotlight. But Classroom for Heroes has charm. It mixes over-the-top comedy with surprisingly heartfelt friendships. Think of it as the school reincarnation anime that's equal parts parody and power fantasy. Number 1. The greatest demon lord is reborn as a typical nobody. The king of irony, Demon Lord Varvatos gets reincarnated because he's sick of being too powerful. So what does he do? Tries to live as a nobody named Ard. Spoiler, he still breaks every power scale. The Academy arc is comedy gold. Ard desperately wants friends and a normal school life, but every duel ends with him turning bullies into confetti. Watching his classmates' brains short-circuit every time he casually nukes a monster is worth the price of admission. This anime is underrated because it's surprisingly heartfelt. Ard isn't just flexing powers, he's craving human connection after lifetimes of loneliness. It balances goofy school antics with deeper themes, making it more than just another OPMC in school story. And that wraps our countdown of 12 underrated school reincarnation anime. From clueless geniuses to demon lords playing student council, these shows prove reincarnation plus school equals non-stop chaos. Which one's your favourite? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button and subscribe for more anime deep dives. Until next time, keep binging responsibly.